Hello everyone. Here we will be presenting our project Office Assistant Robot. Introducing the team members Harshit Kumawat, Omkar Khade, Prathamesh Kadam and Mugdha Kadam. We are final year engineering students from Ramrao Adik Institute of Technology, Navi Mumbai. Myself Mugdha Kadam. I'll be beginning this presentation with explaining the problem statement. In our college, we observed that there are many trivial tasks that the teachers perform. These include transferring documents, getting photocopies, signatures, and other such stuff. This is not just a college scenario, but in general, any administrative building scenario. We thought this human effort needed to be replaced by an autonomous machine, and that's how we came up with the idea of an e-peon. We studied various aspects of the tasks that needed to be performed by this robot and we came up with four main objectives. Since autonomy will be a distinguishing feature of this robot, it should be able to create a map of the environment in which it will be working, and also it should be able to successfully locate itself in this environment. This is consisted in mapping and localization. Further, we needed a way to control this bot, and we aimed to design an Android application for the same. Since the bot will be primarily carrying important documents, safety of the parcel within the compartment was a necessary aspect to work on. So that's how we set the four objectives of our project: mapping, localization, designing an Android application, and security. Our components include LiDAR, Raspberry Pi, motor encoders, solenoids. Working and usage of these components is explained in the upcoming slides. We have also made use of ultrasonic sensors for obstacle detection. The software components include Arduino IDE, Raspbian OS, B4A, Basics for Android, in which we have designed our app, and AutoCAD for the mechanical design.
Hello everyone, my name is Harshit Kumawat and I will explain you with the functional block diagram and working of our final year project. So basically our project includes multiple phases. The first phase is the mapping and obstacle detection phase. This phase is operated under the LiDAR and ultrasonic sensor. LiDAR helps with the mapping and real-time obstacle detection, and on the other hand ultrasonic sensor helps to detect objects which comes under the line of sight of the bot. The second phase is the processing phase. We have two processors included in it. The primary processor is the Raspberry Pi and the secondary processor is the Arduino. Raspberry Pi take inputs from multiple devices and also give instructions to multiple devices. The inputs are basically taken from LiDAR and ultrasonic sensor. These input signals are basically related to the mapping and obstacle detection. It also takes input from mobile phone, particularly from the application which we created. These signals are related to the locking and unlocking of the compartment, allocation of the destination, and also instructions related to the return and non-return journey of the bot. The secondary processor, which is the Arduino, it controls the encoder motor with the help of the motor driver. Arduino also take inputs from the RPi, and according to the signals given from RPi to the Arduino, it allocates some amount of count to the motor encoder so that motors can move forward, backward and also basically rotate at its one position. The third phase is the outer phase. It consists of three subparts. The first part is the locking and unlocking mechanism, which is operated under the solenoid. Solenoid is connected to Raspberry Pi with the help of the relay. The second subpart is the power source. We have two power source included in it. The first is the power bank. The power bank is connected to the Raspberry Pi and also to the mobile phone. The second is the power supply, which is given with the help of the 10,000 mAh battery. It is connected to the solenoid, to the relay and also to the motor drivers, which are further connected to the motor encoders. The third subpart is the movement of the bot, which is done with the help of the motor driver and the motor encoder. Motor drivers take input from the Arduino in the form of count and gives to the motor encoder. The motor encoder takes input as the count and moves the motor. Next we will talk about the working of the bot, which is quite simple. First, the bot will be called from its default location to the remote location by the user with the help of the application. The user will lock and unlock the compartments according to its need and will place the confidential stuff or the documents inside the compartment. Then the remote user will lock the compartment and then will feed the bot with the destination. Then the bot will move to its desired destination. After reaching the destination, the secondary application comes into the picture. The destined user can access the bot with the help of the secondary application. The destined user has to write the password in the secondary application to access the compartment. Of course, the remote user will provide the password to the destined user. If the password is correct, the bot will unlock the compartment. If the password is wrong, the bot will wait for the correct password and won't open the compartment. Let us assume the password is correct and the compartments will get open, and the destined user can then access the confidential stuff or the documents which is provided by the remote user. And after this, bot will wait for the further instructions that include return to the default position or return to the remote location.
So mapping is a main procedure for autonomous routing. The LiDAR is a component which is used for mapping. The LiDAR continuously streams laser and it captures it through the CCD camera. The capture light then produces an virtual arena around the bot. When bot moves from one place to another, then again it scans and produces another virtual arena. These virtual arenas are concatenated and formed a map. For example, we have plotted a map that how it will look when plotted through point of view of a robot. The dotted lines are the path of the robot, and the X marks near the 201A lab is the destination, which starts from 208B. Here we have three windows open. One is for Arduino and one is its serial monitor, and the another one is to run the code, which is our main code. It records the measurement and plots the map. After plotting the map, the Arduino gets instruction from Raspberry Pi to move in a particular direction, and the speed you can see in the serial monitor is the speed of the motor that it is moving. Then after a set of instructions, it will check if the distance is less to avoid the obstacle, then it will send the stop signal. After sending stop signal, the serial monitor continuously prints 0, because to stop the motor we have to send zeros. After that, some time on the second iteration, it will check the distance again, and after checking the distance, if the motion is right, then it will move forward until there is another obstacle. So after some time, if there is an obstacle, then it will again check. If there is obstacle, then it will send zeros to stop the motor from running.
My name is Omkar Khade and I will further continue to explain about this project. The encoder motors which we are using are having 30 RPM and comes with the planetary gear system which provides higher torque at less current. So instead of using normal gear motors, we chose encoder gear motors because we want our bot to move a certain distance only after the Arduino sends commands to it. So here the movement of the bot should be precise rather than just normally moving the bot. The movement of the bot can be controlled by giving certain counts to the encoder. For our motor to complete one revolution, it counts 95,940 pulses per revolution at the output of the encoder. So using this data and doing some other calculations, the movement of the bot can take place at real time. Next is the lock mechanism. For the security purpose, we have used solenoid locks for both the compartments. This solenoid lock can be locked by the sender using the application and can be unlocked at the destination by entering correct password only. To interface the solenoid with the Raspberry Pi, we have used relay module. Next is the mechanical design. First of all, we have created a 3D model of the bot using AutoCAD software, and after that started building according to it. The compartments are made up of plywood. The first and the second base is made up of thick white acrylic sheet.
So as you can see in this video, when we will press the rack 1 button, the solenoid will get unlocked, and in idle condition, when we will place the document inside the compartment, and after pressing the lock button, it will get locked.
This is how our Android application will be functioning. Upon pressing the start button, the bot will reach the user and the user will be asked for login details. Upon a successful login, he has to select one from the two compartments. Further, the user will have to place the parcel within the compartment and he has to close the compartment manually before pressing the lock button. We also have a back option so that the user can go back and select another compartment if he or she wishes to do so. Then comes destination selection. We have put two sample destinations to select from. Return journey selection. Here we decide whether we want the robot back to the user location or to its default position. For example, if I am sending the robot for getting photocopies, I'll be wanting it back to my location with the copies.
So this is our secondary application which will be associated with the bot. After pressing the start button by the destined user, a notification will be sent to the remote user that the bot has reached to its destination. Then the destined user have to write password. After writing the password, if the password is correct, the compartment will get unlocked and the destined user can access the documents.